Hi everybody, how's it going? It's Jackson. Welcome back to Endeavours. It's Saturday the 21st of January. As always, if you just want to jump ahead straight to one Endeavour that you're trying to look for, or if you want to skip all the initial stuff, just check the timestamps below. I just want to quickly interject at the start of the video for the Gone vendor. Normally I would go through this at the end in detail, but with the White Strikes event, they always have all of the jewelry of the sets that you can collect from the various coffers that you can get using Telvar and Alliance points instead for these weeks. So that's going on right now. I don't want to make a proper run through of this just because it's going to take hours, I think, to go through everything here. So I'm just going to summarize all like the really important ones that you'd want to look at. Just remember they're all 400,000 Alliance points. The rings will be out next weekend. So for 2 weekends, I don't think we'll have any monster sets. They might make up for it the weekend after White Strikes is over by having multiple extra monster sets, but we'll just have to wait and see if they actually do that. Okay, Rallying Cry, probably one of the best on this list. If there is a single PvP set that will set you up for life, as it stands, this is probably the set. Basically, you can use it on the back bar, which works really well with the current meta with Mythic, 2-piece monster set, and 2 sets on each of the weapon bars. So yeah, it really works well. Naturally, it isn't that bad to try and buy, but I mean, I guess you could say that for the rest of these sets. Transmutation, probably one of the best like starter healing sets for PvP. Especially if you just want to do some of the other endeavors that require you to like kill a player, for example, because you can just light attack them, and then if someone else kills them, it works for those endeavors. Whereas you can just use this and heal people, so you don't really have to worry about being good at killing people. Just being good at surviving is all you really need with this. So having transmutation to give people lots of critical resistance, it's pretty helpful in this place. Because yeah, you will be healing them for missing health quite significantly all the time. What else is there? So there's Cyrodiil's Ward. Oh, sorry, not Cyrodiil's. Cyrodiil's Ward's pretty good, actually. It's Major Defile, but it's not super important. The Cyrodiil's Crest. This is probably the most zero brain power tanking set if you just want to like chill through a trial. Mostly on normal stuff. On Vet, you probably want to look at sets that buff your team and looking at more coordination. But yeah, Cyrodiil's Crest, it basically, because it scales with max health, when you have like 40,000 health as a tank, this thing here heals you for like 8,000 health every 4 seconds. It's utterly ridiculous how much you can just basically coast through trials without thinking about anything. And then Deadly. Deadly's really good. It works for a couple of pretty like common builds. Probably one of the most common is 1-bar builds. Both Arcanus running a beam and Sorcerers running heavy attack builds. They both benefit from this set really well, so it's arguably one of the best sets to use in those cases. Maybe Tideborn Wildstalker is about as good these days, and that's just recently come out, but yeah, Deadly's always a good option to maybe have a look at. I think Plague Break, I don't know if people still use this, but it's basically like a bombing set. Same with Vicious Death. These two here are like, if you want to kill a lot of players, basically this sets off like a chain reaction. Yeah, I'm not too sure if people use this as much anymore. We'll see if this comes back into significant effect when they decide to unleash the healing nerfs that they're putting out to Cyrodiil right now. That should be interesting. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to make that far too long, otherwise, yeah, this video is going to be bloody 2 hours, and I already bloody slept in through my nap, so I'm already running a bit late. Okay, so endeavors themselves, everything here is honestly good, but the only thing is this one here is probably a bit expensive. It depends on, if you've been playing for a long time, you'll probably be fine with this one. You've got the recipes, you've got the crafting done. At that point, you're probably not watching endeavors though. So yeah, this requires you to be max level in the crafts that you want to use, enchanting, alchemy, and provisioning. And if you want to use provisioning, you need the recipes already like learnt on that character. Some of those recipes can be a pain in the ass to find and require some gold investment. And also you might need to buy the actual master writ itself, which usually comes from the crafting reds. So yeah, whether you can do this one is up in the air. It is very quick, but it's all these other options here are still fine and still very quick, so I'll just cover them as well. Honestly, I would probably do these three here. But yeah, like I said, everything's good. Public Dungeon Group Event, really easy. Yeah, this one here, because there's so many campaigns right now, this one is also much easier than it usually is. Or much more viable. Because the more campaigns there are, the more chance you'll have a campaign where there is some things to repair, right? Okay, so I'm going to start with, yeah, I'll start with repairing because I'm already in Cyrodiil. So all we need to do is find a keep that needs to be repaired. That is probably going to be like 90% of the effort you'll make here is just actually finding something to repair. Because once you do, it takes like 5 seconds to repair it. Alright, so what you want to do is go to keeps, and when you look at these keeps, you want to look at all the walls and see if they need to be damaged. Oh, see if they need to be repaired, sorry. So they'll have not full health. The best way to know is the keeps that are damaged will have like scaffolding or crane tools around the walls that need to be repaired. So let's head out here. Oh, actually, also the keep door can be repaired. Yeah, that's usually the first thing repaired though, so don't really rely too much on this, but in this case that's actually good. Okay, so we need repair kits. If you check characters that you've leveled up to max, if you check the assault and defense crates, you'll get Cyrodiil repair kits. You can use these to repair the doors. If you don't have any of those left, go to any of the... In each of the keeps, there is a siege vendor in every single keep, so you'll never have any issues with this either. So you can just buy them here for 90 gold each. So 180 gold, you're basically set, because you only need 2 of these, because it's 5,000 damage each. And the amount of time you'll be spending using this is like so tiny. So let's just go to quick slots. Let's check if I actually have any. Okay, so here's the crane tools I was talking about before. That's how you know a keep wall needs to be repaired. And here's the thing. 7,500 damage. This keep has like 70,000 health missing. This one over here has like 50,000 or 70,000 missing. There's so much that you could possibly repair from a single keep that's been damaged. Like, it's so insignificant the amount of like repairing you're going to put into this. So usually this is really easy because of that. So go to inventory, get our repair kits that we just bought or claimed. I've put it in one of these files, doesn't matter which one. So go quick slots, Cyrodiil repair kit, and make sure the health bar of the wall is on the, like in the bar at the top near the compass, and just treat it like a potion. Just press Q, your character will do the animation for repairing it, and you just do that twice because it's 5,000 each. And that's it. Very easy endeavor to do. And then just to get out of Cyrodiil, you just go to the keep, travel back to the gates. You could also, if you by chance end up at a keep that suddenly becomes under attack from other players and you want to leave without having to fight them, just go to Imperial City, find one that isn't full, and queue for that, accept, and that will actually port you out of Cyrodiil into Imperial City to a safe space. And from there you can head straight out to Overland. Sometimes it can take a couple of minutes, but most of the time it's pretty quick. And you can do this in the middle of combat, right? So if someone actually hits you and you manage to get away from them, you can still do this while you're in combat with them. So yeah. So turn around, look for this little tunnel with the gate, and then you'll see the door. This takes you to Overland, and that's it. Okay, now let's talk about ultimates. So naturally, if you want to do the group event, maybe you'll just cast a few ultimates trying to do that. But what you can do is, if you have any ultimates with a cast time, you can cheese this and basically do, it's like a Schrodinger's ultimate, where you cast it, but you also don't cast it. One of the easiest to use, if you have a sorcerer, just check if you're using the Stormcalling skill line or if you've subclassed anyone to this skill line, and it's at level 12, you'll have access to Overload. So chuck this on one of your bars, and all you have to do with Overload, assuming you've got the ultimate for it, is just press R and just keep spamming R. So disable, re-enable, disable. Because it's a toggle, right? So it doesn't actually cost any ultimate to use. It only costs ultimate if you light attack or heavy attack with it. That's one really good option. Another really good option is in, you've got options here with a cast time. So these are the other ones. Not every ultimate has a cast time, but some of them do. So Soul Harvest, for example, over here. Let me just find someone. So with ultimates with a cast time, you cast them, and then you block, and it uses the ultimate, like it does the animation and works for the endeavor, but it won't actually apply it or take away ultimate. So if I just use it on this guy but block, so yeah, you can see it's trying to cast, and it doesn't end up working and refunds me my ultimate, but it will work for the ultimates here. I've done it millions of times, so that's what I'd recommend. There are a lot of, well, there's not really that many ultimate skills with cast times, but there are quite a few for classes, and there's a few that you can use that are non-class specific, but they have some quite possibly annoying prerequisites, but they are other options that you can use. So firstly, Knife Blades probably have they have two. So they've got Soul Harvest, which requires a target, but the cast time's pretty good. They've got Siphoning Soul Shred, which has a bit of a longer cast time and doesn't need a target, so that's also a good one. Yeah, so we've seen Stormcalling. This is probably one of the best. The best one for cast times is Warden under Animal Companions, Feral Guardian. So has a cast time of 2.5 seconds. You have all that time to block cancel it, and even better, if you do just end up having it cast anyway, or you've already got the bear out, you can just go to your character menu, the bear will show up here, you right click on it, removes the bear, and just allows you to cast it again. So yeah, really good there. The only other one is Templar with Adric Spear, Radial Sweep. This is a cast time with 0.3 seconds, so not much, but this is another option you can use. Every other ultimate in the class lines has not got a global, cast time, so don't worry about them. The other potential options, Lacerate has a cast time, but requires you to be max level in dual wield. Two-handed has Berserker Strike, needs a target, and requires level 50 in two-handed, but if you've got that stuff, you can use those. And then Fighters Guild Dawnbreaker has a cast time, but you need to be Fighters Guild rank 10. If you've done a lot of Dolmens to level up a character, you might be close to getting this one done. To level up Fighters Guild, you just need to kill Daedra, basically, and do Dolmens. That's the quickest way. Or kill lots of undead zombies, like, because they're such a common enemy. Yeah, that's it. That's all you have to do. Now, what I should mention is, how do you get ultimate? There's two ways. If you block an attack, you start getting a bit of ultimate. If you light attack and hit something, you get a bit of ultimate. There's also a couple of things that give you ultimate. Minor Heroism is a buff. As an example, you can get it from... goddammit, hold on. So, Banabera... Does it have Heroism? Yeah. So you can get Minor and Major Heroism, which increase ultimate gain as well. There's a couple of things that you can get this from. Like, yeah, Grimoires here in Scribing. One Hand and Shield, you've got Low Slash, which is your Minor Heroism. There's sets as well that give you Minor Heroism. I can't remember how to get Major Heroism, though. I think there's sets for that. Or maybe you can get it from specific Scribing skills that have Heroism. Oh yeah, there you go. Sorry. If you got Trample, you can get Major Heroism. Yeah, so things like that. Okay. With Courtyard Furnishings, I do suggest doing this one today, because it's also the weekly. To do the weekly as well as this, it literally just takes you an extra like 10 or 20 seconds. Really good. So you need a Courtyard Furnishing and you need a house. You can get a house for free. You can get a Courtyard Furnishing for 100 gold. So yeah, they're both pretty easy to get your hands on. Courtyard Furnishing, you can talk to Rozika here. Both of these characters are found in Rosy Lion, right next to each other. You start with this way shrine as soon as you begin the game, so you can just travel over here whenever you're ready. Rozika here, open up the menu, go to this item here, this rough clothesline. It's 100 gold, and yeah, this counts as a Courtyard Furnishing. Now, if you're a bit short on gold, and that you need for the repair one or this one, just check the description. There's just a gold earning video. It's a very basic and slow way, but it is a way that you can get 100 gold in a couple of minutes. So it's practical for this stuff. So yeah, you just see that that post there. This is the one I usually use in all my houses. And then over the road, just come over here to Philandemarie. This NPC, she has a quest that gives you a house, and all you have to do to complete it is just talk to her. So just complete that one there, get a house. Go to the map tab. The house will show up under here, under collected. So you'll get this one, or this one here, just depending on which alliance that you complete this quest on. But the alliance doesn't matter, you can always find it here. And you can find her in the other places too, but this is just the most practical if you want both items. Also, I should mention, do this one before doing this one here. Do these like right after each other, because you can port straight to your house outside of Cyrodiil. And once you're in your house, sometimes it can be like a bit annoying getting back to a wayshrine. In that case, just port straight to Cyrodiil from your house, and that way you can just, once you exit Cyrodiil, you can just go back to Overland pretty easily from there. Alright, you've got your furnishing, you're in your house. Now all you need to do is just place it on the floor. Now the way this works is, for it to actually count as placing, the item must be taken from your inventory and be placed on the ground. If you have it already on the ground, you just like pick it up and spam place it back down. It doesn't work, unfortunately, but I'll show you a very quick way to do it regardless. That also works for the weekly really quickly. So all you need to do is go F5 housing editor, or whatever key that is on console. Just go to browse in services here. Go to your Courtyard item that you just bought, and then go place, put it on the ground, and then hit the undo redo keys. You'll see them at the bottom left, so Z in this case and Y, and that works for the endeavor. And for the weekly, just keep spamming Y and Z until it completes the endeavor, basically. It's over there because I had it there originally. But yeah, you can just keep spamming them over and over, and that places it on the ground. And yeah, you just need to spam them 20 times for the weekly. Easiest weekly in the game, basically, aside from maybe like the claiming daily rewards or whatever. So that's it. So in this corner over here, I've got all the different types of housing furnishings. So like I've got a library one, a structures one, a workshop one. I usually suggest just chucking a bunch, like buying each of these and like putting them in the corner in one of it, like a small sized house that you can buy for a low amount of gold. But the thing is, I don't know if this is going to become a part of the seasons, like Tamriel Tome stuff. I don't know if they're going to do like generic furnishings or specific furnishings. So yeah, maybe for now, just hold on to them. I don't know. I can't know for sure if they're just going to get rid of them entirely, like the special endeavors, because normally the weekly is just furnishings, whereas the dailies are like special ones. But I haven't seen them in Golden Pursuits either, like being special furnishings. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Just assume we'll not need to worry about that sort of thing later. But yeah, for now, just hold on to them just in case. Okay, Consumables Master Writs. So Alchemy Master Writs, the provisioning ones and the enchanting ones, they're the ones that work. In my opinion, enchanting ones are the best. You have to have max level of this stuff, remember? But yeah, enchanting if you've got it, because most of them are just a few runes that are usually very cheap and very easy to get on guild stores. Then usually provisioning is better if you've got the recipes, if you've already got the recipes, if not alchemy. Now, I suggest going to Deshan and doing it in Mournhold. You can do it in the other capitals, but this one here, all the crafting stations are right next to the guy you got to hand them into. And you can use all these stations just here, and that'll give you all the stuff you need to be able to do all the master writs for these three types. So yeah, it's just more convenient doing it here, I think. You've also got the house here you can use to just travel straight here. So firstly, I'll just cover where to do these in this place. So you've got the enchanting crafting station in there. You've got the alchemy one there. If you want the provisioning one, you just have to go to the tavern over here. And it is in... it's down the bottom. But you just go down the stairs and you'll find it there. So why do I suggest enchanting? Well, if we just check... so you go Consumables, Master It here. Just go Ink to check enchanting ones. Yeah, so you're going to need some gold to buy one of these if you don't have one already. If you've been doing enchanting writs or any of these writs, you'll likely have some in your inventory. A lot of these are pretty good. The only one that isn't is anything that says prismatic. Avoid those like the plague, but every other one's usually really good. Like, okay, so look at the purchase price, but look at the mat total. 26 gold to buy all the materials, basically. That is just astronomically cheap for something that can get your whole endeavor done, basically. But yeah, you just need to have one in the first place. So if I just go check my consumables here, I've got one unknown enchanting writ. I have been doing a lot of these already anyway, so yeah, they show up here under the master writ category. Provisioning ones, the only issue is, again, some of these can be painful. Just check. What you want to do is, whatever name you see here, just go literally on the World Wide Web and just type in whatever that name is. So in this case, Smoked Bear Haunch. I know for a fact that this one requires Perfect Row, which is a pain in the ass to get. I would never do any of these ones here. Any of the ones that require... where is it? Where does it show? Yeah, this thing here, Perfect Row. Don't use anything that requires Perfect Row, because that shit is expensive and a pain in the ass to find on guild stores and stuff. So yeah, in this case, you can keep going down. We'll keep having a look. With a tree in a venison pot roast. Oh yeah, also you can get add-ons that show... I think this is Writ-worthy that show all the stuff you need. It shows you that you need Perfect Row and stuff like that. So yeah, you can use that to check as well. So yeah, Master Provisioning Writ with Jugged Rabbit and Preserves as well. Like these, the materials required for this are like, they're all the generic stuff that's really easy to get. The only thing is you need that recipe. So Jugged Rabbit and Preserves, you can either find this in like very randomly in coffers, like going to the Necromunda Ways and Tilmani Peninsula. That might be a way to get those sorts of recipes. But whether you can get that sort of thing on demand is another issue entirely. You can check them out in guild stores, though. That's usually what I do. It's just a one-time purchase, and then you can do that specific Master Writ from that point on. The Alchemy one, they all mostly require Chemistry, which is a passive you get through the Alchemy skill line, so it's not a big deal, because you're at level 50 in Alchemy to do these, so you'll have that stuff anyway. You just need skill points. Most of these, they're pretty straightforward. It's just some of them can require some significantly expensive alchemy reagents. That's the only thing, because you don't need any recipes for it. Any of these things, as soon as you like, even if you don't know what they even if you don't know the traits on each alchemy item, as long as you use the right combination, it still works for this, and you've got calculators and stuff out there for that sort of thing. So yeah, this is the easiest to use, but will usually be the most expensive. Either you can use I think Lazy Writ Creator does enchanting ones automatically for you. Same thing with Writ-worthy. So these are both add-ons maybe worth looking at. So I've just used the coffer that had a mystery Master Writ, and yeah, decrease physical harm. That one's not too bad, so I'm just going to queue that one up. And what queuing it up with Writ-worthy does is, even if you haven't accepted the quest for that item, it will just craft it automatically for you anyway. But if you just want to do one Lazy Writ Creator, it works too. So yeah, we'll just accept this quest, go out the door, just head out to Rollis, and then we'll just hand that one in, and that's it. That's all you have to do. But yeah, sometimes this can be very expensive, so just be a little careful looking at this one. There we go. And that's it. So yeah, so for enchanting ones, just avoid anything that has a Keijo or says prismatic. Indeco as well, if that one comes up. I have never seen that one though. Oh yeah, I have, sorry, yeah. So Indeco is it's like the prismatic regen ones, I think. For alchemy, try and just avoid things that require Columbine or Violet Cropinus, Mudcrab Chitin, Torchbeck Thorax, the things that are a bit more expensive, but it's hard to check that sort of stuff. So yeah, in that case, you probably don't really worry too much anyway. And then provisioning, obviously you just need to buy the recipe if you don't have it, and the cooking ingredients. Cooking ingredients are usually pretty easy to get. Once you've leveled provisioning up to the max, it has a hireling, this thing here, and you just get this shit so much. You get so many of the purple ones as well from this. You just don't get Perfect Row from this, unfortunately. Alright, looking at the last one now. So, completing a public dungeon group event. There's only one place you want to go for this. It's Alika Desert. No, not Stormhaven. Over here, to a lost city in the Nutter Tambu. I'll show you in a minute how to get into this place quickly, if you've never been to Alika Desert. But yeah, this is undisputably the best option for group events. Because every other group event in the game takes ages to respawn, like 5 minutes. The group event in Nutter Tambu takes about 30 seconds. There is a puzzle that you have to do to get the bosses to spawn, but there's 3 bosses and the puzzle is very easy, and you can do it on your own. So here's the door here, it's like a trapdoor. So you're headed here, to this location. So you just go through here with all the enemies in this way, and then after that, after the caverns, you just got to turn left down here through the stairs, and that will take you to where you need to go. So yeah, you'll know you're in the right place when you see like 50,000 dead bugs. Alright, so The puzzle is as follows. Step on the plate that has a scarab on it, then the other one that has a scarab on it. Go on the spider ones on the outsides here, and then the 2 scorpions in the middle. This just pulls the 3 guardian enemies here, and you just have to kill these guys. It's just 3 relatively weak public dungeon bosses. They do have a little bit of damage, but they have a low amount of health as they're split into 3. And that's it. That's the endeavor done. Now, if you get here and they just die, just don't worry. 30 seconds, these things will light back up, and you can just repeat the process like almost straight away. As opposed to the other ones, like I said, they will take 5 minutes to pop up. So yeah, I'll just wait a bit longer to show you how quickly they come back up. I won't even skip it, just because I'm that confident. And that's it. So yeah, you just step on these plates again, just fight them again, and that's it. Alright, so if you've never been here before, you are headed to Alika Desert. Out here to the sort of northeast side. What you can do is these home tours. I'll have a video of that as well in the description. You just find it in the group tab here. You're looking for this house here, Swordfinger's Redoubt. And from there, once you head inside, just leave through the door that you came in from. There is 2 doors, they lead to Bankra and to Alakir, but that one leads to Alakir, so it's fine. And just travel down south through Sadakalum here. This place will have, if you haven't done the quest here, it'll have hostile enemies. If you have done the quest, you've got these wayshines anyway, right? So, not important. Yeah, there'll be Imperial hostile enemies here. If you just stick to this side here, you'll skip like everything except for one. The fuck? Oh, the Guardians. Okay, interesting. I wonder if that counts as completing the group event. Anyway, so yeah, just keep going west over here. There'll be a bridge you can go over here. What I would advise you do is just grab this Wayshrine too, because I find that to be the closer Wayshrine to Lost City of the Nato Tambu. So yeah, it's just right here. Preferably if you can do this on a Night Blade with Cloak, just to skip the initial guys over here, just to waste us time getting over here, that could be good. Yeah, just use whatever fights well, and that should be more than enough. And then I'll just... I still can't use ultimate. Really? Alright, there we go. Alright, that'll be it. So, yeah, I'll leave it there. If you have any questions, you know the drill. Also, oh yeah, sorry about the Don't Starve video. I just didn't really have time at the moment. I didn't know that there'd be something worth getting for the PvP event, so I'm actually getting the tickets for that. I've got 3 accounts on EU and NA, so it's just a lot of work. I will continue after that event's done, though. Yeah, just if I do both at the same time, I'll get really burnt out, so I don't really want to do that. So yeah, apologies, but I'm not stopping. I just got other stuff I need to do. So thanks, everyone. I'll see you next time. I appreciate your support as always. Yeah, wish you all a good weekend.